It's my last week in Vietnam, but I'll talk about that in a future video. You wake up to this. This is here. This is Vietnam. But there's a lot of things when I first came to Vietnam, I wish someone told me. A lot of the things when people come to Vietnam, they try to sell you Vietnam. It's like everywhere you go, there's pros and cons. Because if there was pros about everything, everywhere, everyone would go to that one place, you know? Because like one of the things that I hate, man, is a lot of creators. They give you this false impression. And they've only been here for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks at max. And I'm like, bro, you don't even live here, my G. How can you give a real perspective of what it's like to live in Vietnam? Which is why I want to live here for a year and 7 months now. So I get the real insight of everything. Even the worst, it's like they come here and they teach other people how to come here. So that's how they're making their living. So they can't really be truthful about coming here because it's almost like a get-rich-quick scheme type of thing. You know what I mean? It's just hard to find real advice nowadays. People that have lived here, that's no bullshit and keeps it real. And one of the things when I moved to Vietnam, I wish someone told me is air pollution and air quality and how that can actually affect you quite a bit. I lived here for like a year, and the first 6 months, your boy was coughing non-stop. So sick out of my brain, green phlegm, and I almost had like pneumonia, I think. Yeah, today I was having like a really bad headache, feeling super, just no energy, and then go figure, look at the sky today. And when I was here for the first 2 weeks, lived in a nice hotel, didn't really get to have all that. But the minute I lived in District 10, quận 10, cái bàn 8, your boy almost died. And I feel like I was the first content creator to actually document my potential almost death by living in the city. Because I grew up in Vancouver, Canada, next to oceans, mountains. Like, I know there was air pollution, right? You look up in the sky, you know, you can't really see clear. You don't see, you don't get the nice air that you used to. But I didn't know how bad it would affect me. It differs between each city. Something to consider. And to be honest, living in Ho Chi Minh City, it's been quite some time where I woke up and felt rested. Something to consider. There's days where I wake up, I'm like, bro, I have like a headache. And you're sensitive to it, you know exactly what I'm be talking about. The second thing, besides air pollution, something to consider, like long term, if you live in a city like Ho Chi Minh City, what does that do to you, right? Every city, there's different levels of ppm. Highly recommend you go on your apps, download an app called Visual Air IQ, and that will give you a sense of how the air is. And on a daily basis, you're looking at 80 to 100 ppm, and it even recommends you to not step outside. The next thing, probably you haven't heard about yet, is noise pollution. It is definitely a thing where you take for granted just peace and quiet. I really forget, like, when it's dead, when everyone goes away to their hometowns, it's very peaceful. And I'm like, I kind of miss this, where within your Saigon, the city, there's always the hustle and bustle, right? The hustle, bustle, everything, it's nice, but once that kind of newness, the novelty kind of wears off, it just becomes your everyday, and you kind of get used to it. I mean, Phúc Long, one of the strongest coffees. I'm gonna grab a little something. Em cho anh một cái bạc xỉu size vừa, mày làm ít sữa đâu, hay là mang đi nha. Cho anh thanh toán Apple Pay á. I'll make you shit instantly, but I need need one of these before I hit up the gym. Wondering where I am? I am currently quận Tư, in the intersection of Đoàn Như Hải, Nguyễn Tất Thành, District 4. But if you look at those two things when it comes to moving to Vietnam, air pollution, noise pollution, you actually want to like live here, go experiment, stay here for 3 months. Don't be on vacation. Like, get that out of your system. You know, go party, enjoy the cheap beers, you know, club it up. The city will eat you alive. And then you gotta figure out, like, what's your purpose? What you gonna do? And what is keeping you here in Vietnam? You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a nice place if you just want to keep Vietnam on travel mode. Keep it like that, you know? But if you want to live and move here and work here, there's certain things you gotta consider. I got my coffee. Another thing is like the heat. If you can't handle humidity, you can't handle, oh my god, sweating. Like, it took me a while. Like the first month, 2 months, I was like sweating every damn day, like 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And it takes your body around like 6 months to acclimate. And if you're a person that does not like heat, Vietnam's not for you. It's hot. You're averaging 28 degrees all the way up to 45 degrees. Feels like Celsius, depending on where you are in the world and which city. So if you like cold, you'll probably be living in Vietnam with the AC turned on 24/7, which isn't necessarily a bad thing whatsoever. But another thing I have to worry about while being in AC is AC sickness and making sure there's dealing with things like mold, dealing with things with, is your AC vệ sinh, like, cleaned out? These are things you don't think about living in the West. Let's say you can deal with all that, right? You can deal with the noise pollution, the air pollution. It's all fine, you don't get affected. There's a lot of good things about coming to Vietnam that you wouldn't really consider if you were in the West. For example, cost of living. It is because of the dollar arbitrage, purchasing power, exchange rates. If you have USD, your life you can essentially live without your means compared to if you're in the West. The lifestyle that I have right now in Vietnam, I would not be able to afford in Canada, or I'll just be broke the habit. And there's a lot of opportunities here as an Asian person for entertainment and content creation in comparison to if I was in Canada, whether that's entertainment, TV, advertising, acting. And I feel like there is that upper hand if you're a foreigner to be in Vietnam in that sense. It's also, when it comes to purpose, which I'll talk about in a bit, is creating a business, there's less of a risk. What I mean by that is you don't need that much money to start a business. It's very entrepreneurial, where you can start a business here for $10,000. Coffee shop, restaurant. Where back home, $10,000 won't even get you the business license, let alone pay for rent for 2 months. But I'm gonna finish off my coffee, get my lift in, and we talk about purpose. Coming in here and like having purpose in this life and why you're here or not. And if you don't want to make it a vacation mode and see things for what they really are, keep watching. And honestly, people are like, what's the cost of living here? 50 mil will get you a pretty decent life. Pretty decent. Cái đi đường này á, đường này được luôn à?
ra mình khỏi đường đèn đỏ, nó còn ngược lại như hậu vệ.
Còn hiếp đi đường này á.
Ra nó hậu vệ qua thôi chứ dưới này.
This is what people think of Vietnam. Started raining, put on the raincoat. It's called Dính Mưa. And let's go in here. You ain't in Vietnam until you experience that, you know? And then you have to like put on the cover. And then one time I was on the cover and then you can't see and the Grab driver is driving. It's super disorienting. And then next thing you know, you're upside down because the bike slipped and fell. District 10, if you know what happened here, now you know why there's a net. But let's talk about purpose, y'all. Purpose. So you come here and you don't want to be on vacation mode, right? You want something more powerful. You want to do something. You want to work here. You want to live here. Come in with a purpose. 3 things. 1, you have an online business, meaning you can work anywhere and you choose to come here because maybe you want to hire staff here, which is completely fine. It's cheaper. We get it. Maybe you want to connect with your roots. And you want to live here because you like the energy, the lifestyle, the community. Option 2 is you get a job here, but not in VND. And if it's in VND, you want a higher end job in Vietnam. So someone as a foreigner, you can get anywhere from 40 to 50 to 60 to 75 mil, depending on the right people that you know, who you talk to, making the right connections, and coming here with a job, with a routine. You don't come here day to day and you don't just wandering about. You don't have purpose and action. And the third option is remote work. You work for a big tech company, any sort of job, and you choose to work in Vietnam because you are making a lot more USD and you use that in Vietnam. You're living like a king. Those are the 3 ways you come here to build something, to do something, give back to the community, see your culture, embrace the people. Vietnamese people are really friendly. And you're able to see things for, you know, what it actually is. One of the things that pisses me off is people that come here and they expect people to play by their rules. Whether that's, you come to Vietnam and then you expect people to like speak English. I'm like, bro, you come here, you are a visitor in this, you know, you take off your shoes and you kind of playing by their rules. I'm sorry, this isn't Western, this isn't the United States. And I've seen them rude ass foreigners, you know. Don't come here just because it's cheap. If it's cheap, go anywhere else in the world, right? I chose Vietnam because it's where my parents grew up. I feel connected. Even though the longer I'm here, I'm much more Western, but I feel much more closer to my Vietnamese roots. There's actually a Uniqlo down here and every sort of food that you can think of. Vietnam is not as poor, the stereotype that people think, oh, it's so poor. So here I am, guys, in Uniqlo. And you're like, Vietnam is cheap? These prices are pretty much the exact same. $3.99, 20 bucks, 15 bucks. I think it's even a little expensive, more expensive compared to the ones in Canada. This is a 600K. If I meet a Vietnamese kid here and they're like, oh, my parents have sent me to this international school and I study abroad. I already know fam is like, you rich. I'm like, man, talking to you, I feel like a peasant. And a lot of the people that do the street foods or own restaurants, a lot of people here, they own so much property. They rich, you know what I'm saying? Super affluent. And not everyone is poor. That's like that poverty porn kind of mindset. There's a lot of things being here in Vietnam in a year that taught me a lot more so than just, you know, living here on vacation. So you need to figure out why you're here, what is it that you're trying to do, and can you actually like withstand whatever it is that you want to do. This is the gym. I'm not affiliated with them. They should pay me. This is a decent gym. A lot of people. But I usually go during introvert hours, so it's pretty nice. Pay like what, $30 a month for this? You can have a very much Western life in Vietnam. It's just about how much you pay. It's cheap, but if you want a different quality of life, you're gonna have to pay for it. Biggest trap when it comes to moving to Vietnam is you can get stuck. You can get stuck here. And what I mean by that is I've seen so many people come here without the three things I just talked about. Purpose, right? Actually ask yourself why the hell you're actually here. Are you actually spending this on a vacation? If it's a vacation, then let it be a vacation. But if you're wandering around here trying to find purpose, making $1,000 a month, then you gotta figure out like what's your backup plan? Like what are you gonna do? Hello em, cho anh một cái Americano đá size grande á. It's pretty Starbucks. Funny is like I actually eat a lot more Western food than I do Vietnamese food. And it's like, yeah, it's cheap if you eat like street food every day. But how often you want to be eating street food all the damn time? But maybe I'll leave that for another video of cost of living and how much you actually need. But probably 1,000 could be okay. 1,000 USD. With the assumption that you don't go back to America and you stay here for good. But let's say you do want to go back to America. You might want to make a little bit more just in case. Emergencies, medical procedures. Because when you go to another country, only you have your own back, right? You mess of everyone waiting for the rain. This is the real Vietnam, you know what I'm saying? Oh god, oh god, oh god. Rồi, chào anh. Hiền quá. Đúng rồi, bên Vân Đồ đó. Mưa quá.
Mưa quá, kẹt xe hả?
Bình thường là Sài Gòn là tháng 10 là hết mưa rồi đó anh.
Tháng 10 dạ,
đúng rồi.
Cũng còn là lai rai.
Hôm qua cũng mưa sáng tới chiều luôn đó, sáng tới tối luôn đó.
Tháng 7 này mưa ghê lắm.
Chán.
Dạ, tháng 7 này mưa ác lắm.
Give me a protein shake final. Give me a choco. Protein. Convenience stores are my life. Give me a protein shake. I think I'll be okay. Yeah, those Sang SM taxi drivers, they're making like 20 to 40 bill. It's a pretty good life. The biggest problem is like people escaping themselves. Like one of the reasons why I think most people go to Asian countries and all that is shoutouts to David. It's true. I think a lot of people run away from themselves, including myself. Where it's like if you weren't happy in your home country, going to another country is not gonna save you. You know what I mean? It's like a nice little escape. But what you gonna do after? I think that's the biggest thing that I wish some creator out there that's making content about Vietnam would have talked about, you know? Like you go out there and like create and make your own life and be whoever it is you want to be and not come to Vietnam carrying this version of you in your home country. Because if you don't like who you were in your home country, the exact decisions and how you like meet people, how you talk, how you carry yourself, especially the older you get, it's not gonna change you. And it's like, I need to take a big truth pill you know, black pill and be like, if I wanted to change this, you know, this is all cute. It's all cute and all, right? But that can only last for so long.
A bunch of questions. You ready?
You're leading this.
Yeah.
That's my channel.